Number 31. Okay. I'm going to arc the angle I know, and then I'm going to label it hypotenuse, and this is our adjacent and opposite, right? So I know opposite and hypotenuse, I'm going to use sine. So I'm going to put the sine of x over 24, or the sine of 50, right? Equals x over 24. And now when I get here, the numbers on bottom, I multiply. If it's on top, I divide. I'm going to take the 24 and multiply it by the sine of 50. So someone in the classroom, 24 times sine of 50, and we're going to round it to the 10th. My class is diligently putting that in the calculator. 18.4. 18.4, agree?
Second.
18.4. Okay, so 31 is 18.4. Number 2, we know this angle, so arc it. Okay, we want to find AC. AC is this, so this is our x. So this would be our hypotenuse, this would be our adjacent, this would be our opposite. So we know the adjacent and the hypotenuse, we're going to use cosine. The adjacent is 19, or the adjacent of what, 40, is that 45 or 46? 46. The cosine of 46 equals x over 19.2. We're going to do, adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Did that on purpose to see if my class is paying attention. Because we're going to put adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So it's going to be 19.2 over h, right? Now then, what do we do with the numbers up here? We don't multiply, so you're going to do 19.2 divided by the cosine of 46. You're going to punch that in the calculator and get 27.6. Do I have a second? Second, 27.6. Okay. Number 33, star this. You're going to have a problem where they want you to find the diagonal. Or I think they give you the diagonal and you got to get the length. Okay, there's a problem in there about the diagonal. I want to find ST, so I want to find this edge. This edge will be the same as the top, right? So put the 6, is that 16 or 18? 16? Put 16 on the top edge. Now that I don't need the bottom rectangle, I'm just going to use the top triangle, right? So arc the angle you know. This diagonal will be the hypotenuse. This will be our adjacent, and this will be our opposite, right? And we want to find this. So we are going to get opposite over adjacent. And what trig function is that? It's tangent. So we're going to put 16 over x, right? Tangent of 68 equals opposite over adjacent, 16 over x. Since the 16 is on top, I won't multiply, you're going to punch 16 divided by the tangent of 68. 6.5? 6.5. 6 5/10 actually. Okay, remember, if you don't have these two lines on your test, there's no credit. You got to have these two lines on your test to get credit. Okay, right here, I'm going to arc by 61. This is our hypotenuse. This is our adjacent. This is our opposite, right? So we know opposite and hypotenuse, that's sine in it. So we're going to have the sine of x, or the sine of 61, equals opposite is x over the square root of 29. And then since the square root of 29 is on the bottom, I'm going to multiply. So the square root of 29 times the sine of 61 is going to equal to x. So on your calculator, you're going to put square root of 29 times sine of 61. My students are diligently doing that now, having a blast. 4.7. Do I have a second? Second. 4.7. And we're going to finish these two on the same video. Okay, I want to find the angle of EDR. So let's get EDR, this angle right here. I want to know this angle. So I'm dealing with the bottom triangle. I'm going to move the 26 down to the bottom. Then I'm going to label it. This is my hypotenuse, this is my adjacent, and this is my opposite. I know opposite and adjacent, don't I? So I'm going to use tan. I do not know my angle. And the opposite is 14 and the adjacent is 26. And remember, if you're trying to find the angle, you're going to use the inverse, right? So we're going to write down tan -1 parentheses 14 divided by 26. And you're going to punch that in the calculator. And you're going to round that to the nearest tenth, or actually the angles to the nearest degree. So round it to the whole number. 28. 28. Okay. Number 36, we're trying to find an angle again, right? Arc your angle and then label it. This is our hypotenuse, our opposite, and our adjacent. We know the hypotenuse and the opposite, don't we? So we're going to use sine. And we're going to find the sine of angle x equals, the opposite is 5 square root of 3 over 12. Since we're finding the angle, we're going to use the inverse. So you're going to use the inverse sine, parentheses, 5 square root of 3 divided by 12. This is what you'd punch in the calculator. Round it to the nearest degree. 46. And box it in. Make sure you have both lines on your test tomorrow. You get no credit.